What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ghost Rider 730, and I'm back bringing you another one of my videos. I'm sorry about my last show I did about Let's Talk About It. It kind of got messed up, and this time around, I got my boy 100. Introduce yourself, my nigga.
What's up, man? You already know he's the notorious 100. You know what I'm saying? The mental responsibility for Xbox. What's going on with your ghost?
Man, I'm chilling, 100. I've been out the loop for a little while. I've been out the game, man. But yeah, man, I've been here and there. I've been watching. Been watching a lot of stuff, and I've been doing my little thing, working hard out there. And sometimes I take a lot out of you. And I'm glad I'm back, man. And I'm glad I can speak my mind. It's been some time. There's a lot of great news out there in these gaming streets. And I know, Hunter, you've been doing your thing, so I know you got a lot to say. And I just wanted to say, Hunter, man, I got to see the awards, not all of it, but I just can't believe that in the award show, Knee Pad Gilly, you already know,
Yeah.
this guy was getting a lot of praise for Death Stranding, and I'm just all I gotta say is Death Stranding looked it nice, but that game was trash, man. And for that man to win awards, and there was an award, Hunted, that got put up there, and it was like two people that was on that list. That was people that had something to do with Death Stranding, and Gears Award didn't really get nominated and didn't win it. And I'm like, wow, they had two chances to win for Death Stranding there. You know what I mean? Like, and I felt like, come on, bro, that game.
For one reason, he didn't want to give Death Stranding all the awards because they know he in the game and he trying to be not anti-bias.
Exactly.
That's what he tried to do. He got the pressure of the interweb, got his ass.
Everybody knew it was gonna because come on, honey, let's be real here, man. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, how is the media or how is Jeff Keighley biased?" But when you look at the award show since I've been watching, you had a car game, soccer cars beat Forza. That is insane. Like you know what I mean? Like when you look at this, the guy got
Not even a real
awards,
card game.
and I know. I'm just gonna tell you like this. When I looked at it, I was like, he's not gonna win the award, and I'm glad the game, that samurai game won the game award.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm glad that game won, and it was something different. I'm like, wow, they gave it to him, but that game was well deserved because it was hard too. In a sense, when you playing it, it was fun, you know. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. God's Fall, the game God's Fall that they said was going to PlayStation 5, was looking good. And I ain't gonna lie, it does look really nice. But it says coming to PlayStation. I also heard it was going to PC. Now, all I gotta say is this: that game looked it good, but a PlayStation 5 game, and if it's going to PC, then that's not an exclusive, man. That's not exclusive. I count that as a how you say it, a multi-plat, man.
Yeah.
So they starting off their year with a multi-plat, brother. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, all I gotta say is this, man. At the end of the day, when they went out there, I can't lie to you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ghost of Tsushima, I think that game is. What's the name of that game? It's Ghost of Tsushima, right? That
Yeah.
game looks good. That game looks good. I can't front. That game is a nice game. It looks dope, and I will cop that game. But did they say it was coming out next year?
Yeah, it's next year game. It was supposed to come out this year. They pushed it back.
They pushed it back. Okay, okay. Do you think they're gonna push it way back to maybe a PlayStation 5
I
launch
would
title?
do it if I was them. Like Death Stranding should have been a PlayStation 5 game.
You think so?
Should have pushed it back. You had my thing is sometimes you gotta know when to fold them. I play too much hold'em. Sometimes you gotta know when to fold them. I know you
Yeah.
invested a whole lot, said it was gonna come out, but it's nothing wrong with just folding the card and just throw the two cards in the thing and say I fold. And I come back to fight another day.
What's up, Dakota Vodka? What's up, bro? Thanks for stopping by and listening in.
Oh, that's my man Baka. What's up with the Baka?
Yo, But I tell you, yeah, you're right. Especially when you're holding your hand like that, you need to can't you know what I mean? What you just said now, poker. I like poker too, but you got to know how to bluff. You got this poker's very very deadly, bro. You could be rich and then broke in a second. Make the wrong mistake, make the wrong bid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't gonna lie, that game right there is a beautiful. It looked beautiful. It looked really good. I'm like, yo, it looks, it looks nice. So that's a good game right there on the PlayStation side. I'm not a hater, Hunter. You know, probably you like that game too. I'm just asking. Like, it looks good. You know, I like the samurai. I like Romans. That's why I like Rise Son of Rome because I like the Roman Empire. You know what I mean? So I like that. I also do like the samurai. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The Silent Assassin stepped on that stage and wow, Hunted, he blew my mind. When he dropped that, yo, he hit him with that. Yo, nobody expected that, bro. You heard? Hunted, nobody expected Phil to do that, bro. He just slapped knee pad Keely in the mouth and all them
No,
PlayStation fanboys,
he
bro.
was Thor with the hammer. They got Loki. He said, I got Thor. I got a hammer.
Word, bro. He shut it down. Like, yo, I was shocked, bro. He went up there with I call him the silent assassin, Hunted, because he just went up there with a little smile, a smirk, like he always does, and boom, just came out. Series X, man. It looks dope. It looks like a PC tower, bro. A mini PC tower.
Well, it's towers like that already. People don't understand. They small factory, you know. But for the power that you putting in, that what you want,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's what you want. But people gotta understand, um, you know, they saying, hey, we be in this market like the surface crew is doing. And look what the surface is doing. It's breaking, it's making money.
Yeah.
Look what they did with the X.
Yeah.
Thing when you got time to work on something. They got time to work on something. Phil said he went in and said, this is what I want. Can y'all make it happen? If you ever watched Apollo 13 and they needed that filter, and the filter said they was like, well, why you can't use the filter off the Odyssey to the other pod? He said, because one is circle and one is square. He said, we're gonna have to try to find out how to make a square into a circle.
Yeah.
That's what the surface crew does.
I tell you this. The most shocking thing was not only did he just bring out that showing that little mini tower, the Series X is a dope name. And what's up, Brandon Delgado? Thanks for stopping by and
Well,
watching.
it's not gonna be called the Series X. It's a series of the X. It's just called Xbox now.
Yeah, called Xbox. Whatever it is, man. Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this, honey. When they show Hellblade, bro, like I was like, what game is this? Said Ninja Theory. When they show Hellblade, man, I was like, wow, bro. It reminds me of the way the scenery was, like the Vikings, bro. Because I watched that show on the History
Mhm.
Channel, I think it is, of the Vikings, and it gave me that feeling. And I'm like, wow, when she's on that, she's screaming. It was crazy, bro. Crazy, man. I'm like, yo, and it blew my mind because he came on there. And to me, honey, that was the most smartest thing to do, bro. He came out there, shocked the world, just basically smacked them up, showed all the PlayStation fanboys out there, shitting on everybody, even Jeff Keighley in short words, because he took the first jab at PlayStation, and he did it at the right time. It didn't have to be at E3, Gamescom. He did it right there with all the fanboys, everybody's watching the award thing. So now everybody sees what Xbox got to offer. Now they see a mature game. They see a graphic game that's, not a cartoony type game. And he blew their mind with that.
Mhm.
Bro, how you felt, honey? I would like to know that.
Yeah, but no, man, it's going. The Series X going. I mean, I don't call it Xbox. It's going. Like I say, Phil came out and said it's going to do some things that no people thought you can be doing on a console. and no one wants to admit that.
Yeah, they yo, everybody's mad. Everybody is mad, bro.
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Down to Twitter, you getting all these fanboys on Twitter. You know how it is on Twitter. I know Heba. Shout outs to Heba. He's out there. Heba, I'm about to hit you up in a bit. I don't know if you got time. If you want to jump in, I'm about to send you a link. It's up to you, baby boy. But let me know on the comment section. Let me know if you want to jump in. I would. Dakota Vaca said, I was waiting on Hellblade because I just played Rise for the first time. And old girl looks like the Celtic chick that killed our boy in Rise. Wow.
Yeah.
And I gotta agree on Vaca. The VGAs were brought to Sony by the letter L. Yeah, they took that L that day. You know what I mean? And I don't know how that these guys actually tried to hate when that was a PlayStation show anyway. You understand me? So it's like you can say all of that bullshit. Let me send Hebot one. All right, Hebot, I'm gonna send it to you right now, my brother. Okay. Yeah, well, Hebot, I send it to you. So if you want, you can shine in. You can jump in, rock out with me and Hunt for like an hour, my nigga. Because Hunt is giving me an hour right now because we got things to do. But anyway, yo, I send that link. Bye. I send a link. But yo, yeah, Hunt. Just saying, Phil Spencer went by. Bow. He hit them with that L right at. Man, the media was talking about this a lot, Hunt. And this is a good thing on Microsoft's side to have actually get everybody talking about Microsoft. You understand? Because next generation is coming. It's on its way. So now people's getting a little taste of it. Because remember, they can show that model, but they can switch it up and change it up within time.
Yeah, but think about it. That Phil already got it at the house. Phil already said I already got the X. I got that bad boy at the house already.
Mm.
You're already playing on it.
Or maybe they seeing it how it is with this tower look to see if everybody likes it. If a lot of people like the way it look, maybe they could run with that. You know?
Well,
Hmm.
thing about it is when you want to put some real stuff in there. So what? I ain't never look. I really don't really care about what the dang what it look like. Cause think about it, it's a tower. I'm gonna put that damn thing under my damn thing. It's like a subwoofer. I don't
Yeah.
care what it look like. No, my components can hook up to it and it can play. How many times y'all didn't hit an ugly chick before? You didn't want.
Oh
You didn't care.
man.
You was just trying to hit her juice box.
Oh man.
Dude.
Sometimes you gotta take one for the team, if you
Yeah,
know what
but
I
I
mean.
don't care. It don't look. It don't look egregious.
I mean, man, could you believe this though, Hunter? You had people trying to say the sex box, bro. That's some corny, lame bull. Like, yo, how
So
can
how
people
you
be
want
that
to call
corny,
them?
man?
Why you want to call them? Use them words. You want to come use them words? Where the PlayStation guys is for the what 5th year in a row is the Pornhub champion of the world. No,
Yo, man,
get that one.
they was
Catch.
sick, bro. Yo, you know what's salty about it? You got Digital Foundry even trying to. This is at pre-beta, I think, or something like that. This is just something they saying that's with the engine or whatever what they trying to do right now. And you got these guys really going at it. Like, but though, where was all of that when they showed Horizon Zero Dawn? When they showed Spider Man? When they were showing these games, they ain't go hard on that. And that's PlayStation games. When the Pro was gonna drop, they didn't go hard on these games. You know who went hard? Machima blew them niggas up. Said those games was running at 1080p. And it was. But yeah, they don't bring that up, huh? Yeah, but yeah. At the end of the day, we know it's an Xbox thing. So you know the media got to try to shoot it down with the sex box and people don't know about the Series X. You know it's gonna make people.
Well, it was a dude on Twitter. They talking about what a Series X is mixing people up. Don't you
Mm,
got the XL, the other L, the Super XL of Nintendo, the Nintendo, the what do you call that? The DS.
yeah, I was gonna
Did it
tell you
mix
right
anybody
now.
up?
This dude, I'm gonna
How
just
many
give a
letters they
shout out.
got?
He on Twitter. You right. I'm gonna read it for you right now. I'm on it right now. He said the DS, the DS Lite, the DSi, no, the DS XL, 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS. Then he puts the new 3DS, the new 3DS again, the new 2DS XL. Then he said Nintendo has sold a combined 225 million units for DS family. People are worried about sales for the high end Series X being affected due to grandmoms not knowing what the new Xbox is. That's just sad. That's just excuses, bro. If you go down to PlayStation 2, there's somebody else that brought it up on Twitter. These media sites, and look, I'm telling you guys, this is what hurt Microsoft before. When they first launched, they shot themselves in the foot. The media jumping on them with all of that helped everything destroy Microsoft. Yeah, if you notice right now, the media is trying to the sex box and all that, throwing all of this. They, for the consumers. Come on, bro. Like, and Mike, we a year away from it. Look at how the media is attacking this. This is sad. Give Microsoft trying to start something new, fresh, breath of fresh air. The next generation is coming. We wanted a realistic game. They showed you Hellblade.
Can you guys hear me?
PlayStation ain't. Yeah, I can hear you, my brother. PlayStation ain't showing nothing right now. They showed God 4. Wow. Phil
And
Spencer
that's
just
and that's third party.
exactly. It's a third party game, and they hoping there's somebody on Twitter too. Hundred and he bought. I checked my Twitter. There was somebody on Twitter. I think shout outs to K Mega for that one. I think he retweeted something. I got a wind of it. I was looking for it right now on my Twitter about a dude actually writing. He was writing something about to Ninja Theory and them that the game should come out on PlayStation. And if it don't, he don't want to buy an Xbox. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He didn't want to buy an Xbox. He wanted the game on PlayStation. The dude actually wrote them that. That's crazy. I can't understand that. These PlayStation dudes be wilding. Microsoft bought the studio. At the end of the day, that's our exclusive. You understand? Like, it is what it is. They gotta
Yeah.
eat that. They gotta eat that crow. I will
Well,
come.
because they got not to cut you off. I'm just gonna like chime in real quick.
Go ahead, Sean.
It's because well, first of all, what's up, Ghost? How are you?
I'm
Long
all right,
time no
man. I've been
speak.
going through
Long
a
time
lot.
no chill. My brother 100. Nice to be back here with you again. Um, first and foremost, the bottom line is this generation, the whole agenda, right, and the whole um quote unquote, uh, uh, philosophy was that Microsoft was going to bring all their games to other consoles, right? Because Minecraft was still on PlayStation. When the whole point of Minecraft being everywhere is because it was there by the owner before Microsoft owned the property. So Microsoft, instead of being dick and assholes and fuck faces and cocksuckers like all the fucking Japs over there at Sony Land and at PlayStation, right, or even Nintendo for that matter, because we're not going to sugarcoat it. I know I'm not. Okay, they don't allow anything on Xbox when it comes from their side, right? Microsoft could have easily said, you know what, we're going to take this out. Y'all can't have it. You want to play Minecraft? You got to come on Xbox. They could have easily done it. Why not? It's theirs. They own it. Instead, they were
Yep.
like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because there's an install base there. People already love playing where they're playing it at. You can play wherever you feel you want to play it. And at the end of the day, it benefits us. We're going to make money because we own the whole property and the franchise, right? Now that it was sold to us by the owner. So they didn't do that. The same thing when it came to Super Cuphead. Cuphead was the Studio MDHR. It sold very well on PC. It sold very well on Xbox. It plateaued. It wasn't selling. So Microsoft sees that all these other indie games like that are in that style and vein are kind of doing really well on the DS. I mean, on the Switch, because the Switch is portable and you can dock it and play it on your TV at home. So they're like, this is a perfect game for you to have there. They own the Cuphead exclusivity as a lifetime thing, but they didn't own Studio MDHR. So what they did was they went to them and said, would you guys want to put it on the Switch? Because if you do, we'll let you do it. And they did. And they were like, really? Like they didn't believe it because the same people, the actual head, the three main people, which is the husband, the wife, and I think his best friend, I forget his name, said they couldn't believe it. The wife was saying it. They thought they were joking. It's like, no, you could do it. And since they let them do it, that it was a blessing to them because now the game can find a bigger audience on another platform as well, and they still have ownership, creative freedom, and all types of things like that. So when that happened, I told my boys, right? I told my boys, I guarantee you that other people are now going to try to ask them, can we put the game on Switch, right? Because it didn't go to PlayStation. It was going to Switch because that's where those smaller indie games like Shovel Knight, like Dust, like Castle Crashers, they're selling like hotcakes on the Switch because the Switch really doesn't have AAA games. It's starting to get AAA games now more because it's been out longer and they're starting to show up more. But if you go look at them, they're very, they're very toned down. Like they're like over good.
You bought it. He bought it. Hello? Bought it. You can hear him on it?
Yeah, I hear him botting.
He's spotting, right? Damn, he was in some good shit right there, man. Yeah, I can hear you now. Start a little bit, go a little bit back. Yeah.
Okay. That I told my that watch the person smaller, they want to put their games there, right? Because they're gonna be like, well, if us so then when
we lost him, man. But he about to be back. Definitely, my brother will be back. But yo, other Zinc. No, not the tower is finished. Is a finished product. It's going okay. He bought device not connected. It's going exactly where my X is. I agree. I got my Xbox Gears of War X
out. Banjo to be a star character or a guest character on Smash Bros. Because I truly believe that Phil's philosophy behind the whole idea of doing this was, okay, if we build a relationship with Nintendo and we let them have some of our properties that we own as far as the IPs go, right? Even though we don't own the developers, maybe they'll allow some of their things to come to Xbox that are third party. In this case, something that comes to mind, Platinum Games Bayonetta 2. It's not owned by them. They published it, but they don't own the IP. So they probably, and it's a third party IP. So they probably were like, okay, well, we can bring Bayonetta. They'll bring things like Bayonetta, maybe something like Devil's Third, even something like Capcom's Tosonoku versus Capcom, the fighter that's only been on the Wii and it's been stuck there, right? A phenomenal fighting game that never made it anywhere else. And I think that was what Phil's thought process was when he started making these decisions. But once they did the third game, which was Super Lucky Steals, and you saw Nintendo's not reciprocating back, if you notice, shortly after, like almost a day or two after, immediately after, Aaron Greenberg went on Twitter and said, "No más." That was the headline, "No más," which in Spanish means no more. And what they said in the article, no more exclusives from Xbox will be going to any other console, whether it's Nintendo, whether it's PlayStation 4 or PlayStation, right? Period.
You know, you got
no
people
more
out there saying, "Oh, this and that."
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just clickbait, though.
But I think the reasoning why they did this was because they know next generation is around the corner. If you see, Microsoft is slowly covering and cutting off every single narrative that was brought up during this generation. The power narrative, they shut it down. The narrative of not having enough studios, they're shutting it down. The narrative of not having exclusive, they're trying to shut down. The narrative of custom console, because Phil came out and said that one of the good things and nice things about the new design for the new Series X is that the flexibility of doing a lot of custom stuff for the future. When he saw Pope, the Pope, shout outs to the Pope, Xbox Pope, doing custom consoles already of the Series X. Okay, so that means they're probably already planning on doing more custom consoles during next generation. Okay, so again, that's where that whole thing started. So now people got adapted to that. So they're saying, well, if you already did it, well, you can't keep doing it, because the whole point of owning separate consoles is to have specific exclusives that identify with that console, because it's the console's identity.
Yes.
Okay. And to have a console, it can't be that it doesn't have exclusive all right 100%, even though I don't think people would mind that at this point. But then if that was the case, then what is the point of having an Xbox or a PlayStation or a Nintendo? It should just be one console, unified, and they all chip in to make the console, and that's it. And they just put their games on it based off their developers. You understand what I'm saying? If that's the case. But so no, you buy an Xbox. You understand what I'm saying? You buy an Xbox because you want Halo. Huh?
I'm quoting you on this. I think you're the first person that said that. All of these companies sticking together, making one box, and then everybody using their developers to put to.
Yeah, and you make money with your developers.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think
but that don't make no sense.
Say that, so
you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the point is, they're gonna make money by making sure people buy their console to buy their games on their software. So you buy Xbox, why? Because that's where Halo is, Gears, Forza, Fable, and whatever else you like on Xbox. You buy a PlayStation because that's where they have Uncharted, God of War, and now things like Horizon and things like that. You buy a Nintendo for what? For Mario, for the Zeldas, for the Metroid, for the Kid Icarus, which they haven't made one in years. They made one for the DS a couple years back, and that's it. The point of the matter is, even when I think at this time with 100 not too long ago, and me and 100 talked about this, that Nintendo said at one point that if they ever get out of the console business, hardware business, right? When they were about to go bankrupt, when they were having so much money lost with the Wii and then the Wii U, that their IPs will die with them. They will never put their IPs on another console. This was by the Nintendo president himself. Okay.
So, hold on 1 second, Hebot. Let me read this right now. Well said, Hebot. Keep up the good work, fellas. Respect your opinions.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. So yo, we respect that. Thank you for stopping by and watching Hunter and Hebot give our opinions on this. But Hebot, kick that flavor, bro.
Well, like I said, I know I talk a lot, and forgive me because
don't worry.
I like to hear my brother's opinion, like 100 and Ghost. But this is why we get along so well, because we were family. Okay, we treat each other like family. We're not just Xbox and X-boys on Xboxlive. We're actually family. We treat each other like family, like good friends. So we respect each other, and we disagree, but we do it with style, and we do it with respect, because we're adults. We're not little kids, okay? We're not childish, okay? And we all see things differently, and we all see a lot of things the same. But you know what I'm saying. So the point of it is, Microsoft is trying to. The long story short is, Microsoft is trying to shut that narrative before next gen start. But people got adapted to the idea and the agenda, and people trolling and pushing that agenda. Oh, that their games are going everywhere, and now they're not. Okay, because they know if they don't do that and they keep doing that, that Xbox as a brand, they're not going to be able to sell hardware. They want to sell hardware too, even though it doesn't make them a lot of money, but they want to sell it. So how they're going to do that? They got to give people a reason to buy it. No matter at the end of the day whether they do the Twitter war or console war and or not, they're still inside corporately. I guarantee you, they're not saying, "Yeah, we can't let these motherfuckers beat us again in sales." No, they're not. I guarantee you, like, we cannot let them win, and we got to shut all these things out now. Cut the bleeding now, because next gen's around the corner. That's why Phil Spencer announced the console already. That's why he showed it, because they're showing they have confidence. They're going in there with pride and confidence next gen. They're not going to go with a dog and their tail behind their leg in between their legs, scared, and keep quiet and go with the you know happy go two shoe attitude that they did this gen. It's not gonna happen. It feels to me like they're trying to build it up to become like they did with the 360. That's the honest truth. That's what it feels like to me. And them showing that console already is a bold move and a statement. It's showing Sony, you bring it. We're not afraid. We're not scared. And anybody else, we're in this for real. Like Xbox as a brand in the video game market and in the world is going to be respected. We're here to fight back, and we're here to stay basically. And
Yeah.
and people don't like that. That rubs people the wrong way. That gives people sour
I,
taste, sour grapes, because a lot of people just don't like Xbox for whatever reason. I don't know why.
and
They don't like them.
I tell you this, I could agree with you 100%. And I'm just glad Phil Spencer got on stage. I call him the silent assassin, and did that bold move and took the first pop at Sony. This is
Mhm.
what we all wanted all this generation, but we didn't.
Mhm.
We really didn't get that from Phil. Now
Well,
Phil's
because
like,
they had to
well,
reconstruct
yeah.
everything. They had to
But
fix everything.
if you notice this, he but
Hmm.
this is why I say everybody bashes Phil and everything. But one thing I give Phil, he kind of flipped everything and changed everything around. When he was listening to us, a lot of people say, "Oh, what about this game Battletoads? Or what about this game?
Yeah.
These little games that they had that they brought back from backwards compatibility or whatever, or
Hmm.
remastered them, that people asked for. Literally, people that I know asked for these games, and when we got them, they bashed it. They turned around and bashed the game anyway. But these are
Hmm.
the things that they was telling the Phil Spencers, the Aaron Greenbergs. They was telling Mike Ubaras. They was telling these guys about this. You understand? And this is what Microsoft does.
Yeah. Hmm.
Microsoft listens to what we got
Yeah,
to
they do
say.
listen.
So
Hmm.
now when they give it to us, people were bashing it. So what Phil did was they closed the gap with the power. Now we got the power. What
Hmm.
we needed, we needed indie games and everything. They gave us the indie games. We
Hmm.
have a lot of versatile games. It's
Hmm.
not only
Diversity. A lot of diversity.
diversity, a lot of diversity games. And
Hmm.
that's what I noticed this generation. Yeah, we got the shooters. We had some story mode games, and then we got some how you say it, like a game like
Immersion
yeah,
games.
emergence.
Immersion
We got
game.
different style of games, racing
Hmm.
games. When you notice, yeah,
RTSs.
RTSs. Microsoft did a lot this generation. Listening to
Hmm.
us, they gave us better controller,
Remasters.
better system, remaster games. Hunted, if you got a chance, shine in on this, Hunted. Like if you want, just jump in, Hunted. Like all I'm saying is
Hmm.
this: from the change of me watching getting my console, there was the Fat X Vanilla, the Xbox One that they
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
call the cable
OG,
box.
OG. The
Yeah,
original fat. Yeah.
the original Fat. They called it the cable box. They had jokes on it.
Yeah, yeah. The VCR.
Microsoft switched it up. Yeah, you know how it is. They always had jokes. And
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end
yeah.
of the day, now that I see what Phil's doing is Phil's already closing the gap. He's trying to get the power for next generation. He's gonna
Hmm.
bring us these games. And like he
Hmm.
said, Microsoft tells us a lot. They said they didn't have the budget.
Hmm.
Now
Hmm.
that they got the budget and he's up there in a status now, even
Hmm.
though people cry, oh, but Game Pass and all this. No, Microsoft is smart. They know how to bring in the bucks. They're gonna keep us hardcore gamers happy because what sells your console, believe it or not, is your exclusive
Yeah.
games.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
not your third party games. Yeah, the third party games come in
Those
after that.
iconic
That's the cherry
IPs
on
that you have
top.
too. Hmm.
Exactly. So
Well,
now,
100, what did Phil say, 100? You said it best. You say it all the time. What did Phil say early in the generation? What did he say? You remember, 100?
He said, "I ain't leaving nobody behind."
Yes. And what else did he say about this not being the type of race that it is? What did he say?
Oh yeah,
You remember?
it's a marathon. This ain't a sprint.
That's right. That's goddamn right. And
oh,
that's
I remember
exactly
that. That's what's
how
up.
he
I
has
remember that.
that's exactly how he has attacked and approached this entire generation. He said it's not
You're
a
right.
marathon, it's a sprint. And he said it
And,
from the
and
beginning.
look what he doing. Look what he just did.
Hmm.
He didn't put
Hmm.
every. He didn't what all the Final Fantasies is coming to Game Pass.
That's right.
Yeah, but
Yakuza. Remember you 100? Oh, they never have Yakuza. What he did, he went to talk to them. Yakuza's coming.
yo, but you know what's
Huh?
crazy though? Do you see what
Kingdom
Sony does?
Hearts.
Bro?
Hmm.
All these Japanese games that they were saying was never coming to Xbox. You see that they
Hmm.
hold over our heads. We got exclusive Japanese games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Nier
you only got
Automata.
that. The Automata. All that's coming to Xbox or
Hmm.
is on Xbox right now. As we
Right.
speak. We got Japanese games. And all these people who hated Xbox is done, Xbox this, you ain't got no games. But bro, if you look at PlayStation's list and lineup on a lot of
Mm-hmm.
exclusive games like Japanese games, they come into Xbox. They just,
Mm-hmm.
you know how it is, they showed love to their own culture. So they get
Mm-hmm.
it first. But they had it so long that it's wrong. And what I try to tell people is wrong is when PlayStation gets their games, they say exclusive games. When Microsoft does it, they say time exclusive. They let you know it's coming to the
Oh
next
yeah,
gen,
yeah, yeah. They'll let you know. Oh
bro.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, if you guys noticed when they showed, I think they did it now for the first time. Somebody put it on Twitter where they sit on. It's on the box of Final Fantasy VII, the remake. It says timed exclusive. It says it on the box, and they've never done that before. You know what I'm saying? That was never ever done before, as far as Sony games go. So it just shows you how things are changing. It's just a different time. And then me and Hunter had a really good podcast the other day and good conversation for about an hour and a half about the whole thing with the MLB. People are like, "Oh, how dare Sony? Oh, that Jim Ryan is Phil Spencer's rubbing off on him. He's fucking up everything." No, dumbass. The MLB themselves went on Twitter and showed the paper contract statement, and they said they wanted the MLB to reach other platforms and consoles and mediums. They said it because that MLB exclusive right, or the IP, right, or the license has been under the Sony wing, right, in the contract for over 20 years.
Yeah,
20 years, over 20 years, when they started as 989 Studios. And now, what did they do? Okay, we'll let you keep your developer make the game because we know they do a good job. But there's got to be a clause in there. It has to be multi-plat. And we'll give you the percentage of whatever we sell on other consoles because it's your whole studio and developer making the game. So what did Sony do? What they did was a smart move, probably the smartest move they did this generation. The smartest. Why? Because now that's going to bring their division way more money for free from other consoles because trust me, the show will sell on Xbox, the show will sell on
bro.
Nintendo Switch.
Yo, bot. I'm gonna be honest. I used to play the show back in the days like crazy with my cousin Sella. You met my younger cousin, the pony himself, and you met his brother before because me and you close and we talk and in party chats and everything. You got to meet
Mhm.
my cousins and talk with them. But yeah, the older brother, he loves baseball. So
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. In my honest opinion, MLB The Show to me, I played a lot of baseball games, was the best baseball game, and I always wanted to have that game on my console. Now,
Mhm.
if they do the crossplay, next generation, I could be at home, talk like I do with my cousin, bro, while he is in his crib, and we could try to hit no hitters on each other,
Mhm.
battle it out like back in the days. And this is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I feel like this, Hebot. No sport game, no sports should be only exclusive to one
Locked. Yeah. Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
That is crazy and
Yeah.
that's stupid. You will want a company like that to make even more money. Madden makes money. NBA 2K makes money. NBA Live is not, it's not the best thing since sliced bread to me, like I always say, and I'm going to break it down to you. To me, NBA Live was nice in the 90s, the early 90s, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that was my opinion on that. But I ain't
Mhm.
going to lie to you. They should want that. And if Sony do got part into that, where they can get a little bit of money out of that to help them put into their ecosystem or into more games, you understand, into studios and stuff, they should go for that. I don't see what's the problem.
Yeah. Well, I
You
mean, they're going to get a part of it,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Ghost, because it's their developer that's going to do the game. They said it. They're going. You think they're going to do the game and not get anything out of it? No way in hell. Of course they're going to get it. And Sony fans should be happy because that's going to help their division get more money to make more games for their console. And not only that, they will no longer have to be worrying about let's shut down the servers because I guarantee you, since they did the deal with Microsoft, it will run in the Azure servers with crossplay, and you'll be able to play on PlayStation versus Xbox or Xbox versus Xbox, PlayStation versus PlayStation, and maybe even on the Switch. Okay, because the Switch, Nintendo hasn't really announced if they're gonna go for that fucking Azure server or not for the future, but Maybe we'll find out as we go along. But trust me, man, this is going to benefit them, and they're going to realize, oh no, this makes sense. Oh, okay. But right now, they're just like, oh my God, it's an exclusive. It's a fucking sports game. It's not God of War. It's a sports game. Baseball
Exactly.
that belongs to the MLB, not Sony Interactive. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh my
Like,
God.
cut it out.
Listen,
Like,
they just
stop it.
want to have something to throw over our heads. Oh, we got MLB to show.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's it. That's nothing. Like that's just it's a sport, man. It's a sport game. Now I
Mhm.
understand if we got God of War or your Lost Horizon Zero Dawn or
Right.
something like that, then I understand for the PlayStation crowd they should be upset. Even though I don't know why they
What's the
talking
campaign
all
again?
highly of themselves, talking about they got exclusives when even though it was on PlayStation Now
Right, right,
or
right.
you can stream it on PC, but they don't got no exclusive because they lost their biggest exclusive and that was God of War.
Right, right.
In
Dude, the
my
PC,
opinion, they lost. Yeah, they
dude,
lost
the
Spider-Man.
PC,
It
the
makes me laugh.
PC barely get games. Look at that big ass game that they got, 100. What's the name of that game that's like super
Hunter should
high
be back.
quality?
Something happened.
It's
He dropped out.
also
Yeah.
okay. You look at that big game they got. It's called Star Citizen, I think it's called. I could be wrong. If anybody in the comments know which one it is, please correct me. I think it's called Star Citizen, right? It's like the biggest game that everybody talk about on PC. That shit is still in that what you call it? What you call that thing where you play the games and try them out? You pay early and they keep building it. That we have it on Xbox. What's that called, Darius?
I mean,
Early access? Is that what it's called? Early access. It's on preview, Xbox preview, right? It's on PC preview. It's still not done the game. Okay, and it's been on preview for like 7 years already.
you got a Myra right now, my brother. You just mentioned something about PC, and I'm gonna put it up for you. PC
Mhm.
barely gets games. What are you meant to?
And talking about exclusivity for PC, don't be technical. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about exclusive. The exclusives they get usually are smaller indie titles, right? But like the real popular stuff, they don't get them unless they come from the actual console space.
I mean,
Like Red Dead, they didn't have Red Dead.
we had
Console got it first.
yes.
Then they got Red Dead after. Or something like
I mean,
something like the Batman, the Arkham series. It went on PC and it was so bad and broke that I don't even know if they even ever put it back.
yeah.
Okay. Yes, they get gains, but more from the independent space, from the independent developers. But they don't get the more popularized games that we know that sell first because they sell
bro,
quicker and most on console.
but I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest, man. Let's be honest here.
Mhm.
Like he just tried to say mental, but I got a question for him.
No,
Or her.
it's
He got
not
an
a mental.
avatar
It's
of a female.
he just wants me to be specific, like he don't have a brain and not
Okay.
understand what I'm talking
But
about.
I'm
He
saying
has a
this,
brain.
man. What's up with their E3s? Because the last time I
Mhm.
seen a couple of the E3s, they excited for nothing. They had trash.
Right, right,
For a
right.
couple of years, they had trash. They just they get hype off of GPUs or something like that.
Look, look right
Like
now
they didn't
they,
have nothing dope. You don't remember
you
Phil
know,
Spencer standing up in their little show? They had like a booth for like 10 people and Boogie was in the crowd. Like, get the
right,
fuck
right.
out of here with that
Mhm.
bullshit. I'm saying I'm excited to see when it comes down to E3 and all that, I'm excited. What Sony's showing? What
Mhm.
Microsoft's showing? I'm not like this. God damn, I gotta wait. I can't wait to see what PC's showing.
Right, right. And plus the reason for that is because even though there could be 900 million PCs in the world, they're not out there for gaming. There's 900 million PCs in the world because they're part of schools, part of businesses,
Yeah,
part of
laptops, all that. People
part
got
of
them. They don't play games.
everyday social avenues like cafes and things like that. Not everybody on a PC is on PC gaming. Okay,
Exactly.
and more people game on console because consoles are made strictly for gaming. PCs are not. You can buy a PC right now that doesn't play games off of the high quality stuff. It might play poker, solitaire, some little bullshit shit,
Exactly.
but actual high quality games, you can buy a PC that can't play them without no video card, without no sound card, graphics card, and none of that shit.
Bro.
The PC, you could buy one right now without the
But
ability to play games.
you could
But
buy
you can't buy a
PCs,
console.
laptops, all that, man. Like,
You can't
yeah,
buy a console. You can't buy a console, right? You can't buy a console, right? that doesn't play games. A console is dedicated for games.
Gaming, yeah.
And at the end of the day, the only reason PC gaming right now, okay, is even relevant is because of the console space. Because it was consoles that saved gaming. It wasn't PC. Shit. These guys, Rich Ledbetter, he just did from Digital Foundry. He just did a video of Shadow of the Empires on the 64. Okay? And he was talking about how primitive at that point of console gaming in that generation, which was the 5th gen, right, was still shit on PC. Okay? He talked about that shit. Okay? He was acknowledging that and talking about it.
Yeah,
okay?
they to me, man, I got a
You
PC.
can't.
I know you got one, he bought. And
Dude,
I tell you this, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, yeah, consoles is a closed environment, right? Everything's impact. PC's the computer. It could do more, and they could.
But it
get
has
things
a lot
more
of.
to it.
But it
Yeah,
has a lot of new. PC has a lot of nuisance. You have to be PC savvy. There's not a grandparent that's just gonna walk in a store, buy a PC, and know what to do. A grandparent could buy a console, put it on for his grandchild or his granddaughter, and call it a day. It's
exactly.
plug and play. It's no nuisance behind it. And if you need anything done, a console does it for you. On a PC, you got to know how to build it. You got to know how to structure it. Because if you really want to buy a high-end PC with power, you have to know what part is what, buy it individually and build it yourself to get it for the best price at the best performance. Because if you buy it in the store where it's already built for you, like a Best Buy's or a PC Richards or something like that, they're going to overcharge you and you're not even going to get nowhere near the power and quality that you can get if you build it yourself. Okay. I'm a computer tech by trade. I have my freaking certification. I've had it for many years. I know what it is to build a PC, how to build the PC for gaming. It's just something that you have to know. And am I saying that PC is not better, that doesn't perform better for games? No, of course not. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is it's something that has to be for those that are tech savvy on the PC space. Not everyone cares about the PC space or learning it because it's more complex. It's more, sophisticated, for lack of a better term, right? Because you need to know what you're doing. Or you have to pay somebody to do it for you. And you get ripped off because you can charge whatever you want with certain people. There's not a lot of honest people in this world. I may give somebody a fair price in building them a PC because I'm a fair person. I'm an honest person. Okay? But not many people are like that in the real world. So the point of the matter is a console is made just for gaming. So when everybody goes along and buy a game, buy a console, and want to buy games, they go to a console first. That's just the facts. That's why you've seen so many console sales this generation so far with Nintendo, with PlayStation, and even Xbox. Okay? It's every generation's consoles will sell because it's easier and it's more convenient for the casual market. Okay? The casual market.
I'm glad you said that, Tim, and hopefully, I know he's not gonna listen because you got people like that.
No, because they get offended. They think you're trying to talk shit about the PC space when that's not what you're doing at all. You're trying to give the differences between consoles and PC realistically with a realistic outlook, not with an elitist or a PC elitist mentality. Okay? And that's the problem with PC elitists. They look at everything like what they want because their mind is just set. PC's the best way. That's it. You're crazy. Consoles are shit, and that's it. Okay? And that's their mentality. For a lot of them, that's their mental state. You cannot be that way. You have to understand that not everyone gives two shits about PC. They just don't. Even if PC is the best option, it's just not it's not something that people socially care about for gaming. Okay? Yeah. In the way they do when they just go buy a console that's just made strictly for games. Entiende?
Yep, I understand you, and I hope you got that Maximus, whatever. I'm gonna call you Maximus.
I know who it is. I know who he is.
Yeah. Maximus Wedgie, but Dakota Vaca.
He's a good people. He's a good guy. I know who he is. I know who he is. I know him from Twitter. He's good people, but he always thinks that I'm trying to throw shades or being stupid towards the PC space. Like I have a computer technician's degree. I built PCs my entire life. I know what they're about. I know what it takes. I know what it offers, but I am realistic, and I'm also mature enough to understand that it's not the number one place to go for the mass market. The mass market is for casuals, and casuals just want to go buy and play. That's it. They don't want to deal with all the other particulars, nuances, or technicalities or sophistication of building a PC that's high powered, that's well on performance, that is going to deliver the best quality at the highest quality, for any person that buys it. You understand? It's just
Yeah.
it's not there, bro. And it's never going to change because casuals will always be casuals.
Yeah, you're right. Casuals will always be casuals. And I want to say
Mhm.
this. Dakota Vodka said PC hurt Anthem with the cheating and wanting to dumb down the
Right,
for old PCs and
right.
voice to text.
But,
Stopping development, PCs should
hmm
get the console games a year later. Yeah, I understand that, but to me, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, everything's going to like PC, but if Xbox and PlayStation could just keep their games off of PC, what do PC really have?
right.
They're
They'll
gonna
have
make
less. They'll
games,
have
but
way
yeah,
less.
they have
Right.
way less. And I
hmm
ain't gonna lie, the console games that PC get is smacking the games that they have. Because a lot of these dudes like playing RTSs and little ass things
hmm
running around, pew, 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 with little magic
Like
moves. And they got
role
expensive
playing games. Yeah,
computers,
yeah.
MMOs,
MMORPGs,
yeah,
MMOs.
MMOs. They got these games that they got massive power, and your GPU is so strong, but you're playing a game with like 2-inch characters and you do
That
magic.
look very, yeah. And
Exactly.
then they
While
come
we
to the
playing
console
that dope
space,
shit like
and
God
then
of
they come to the
War,
console space
Halo,
and make
yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Right. And then they come to the console space and make fun of games like Ori or Cuphead or Battletoads. Like, it's funny when they're playing games like EverQuest that are demanding because there's a lot of things on screen, but they don't look demanding. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So that's the difference, and that's what they don't get. Like, console gamers play for games. They don't play because they're just worrying about having the best resolution or the best frames per second. Me, I'm frames per second all day. That before anything, because that's how I grew up. That's how it was in the arcade. That's how it was in the
yeah,
Master and the Atari. Everything ran in 60 frames. So I know that it's better performance. And if you could get more, like now with 120, 140, even better. But the eye is naked to that. You don't really see it. You kind of just feel it. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm a,
So
I'm gonna
most
be
people
honest.
don't care about it.
I'm gonna be
Go
honest.
ahead.
I'm a console
Mhm.
kid. I'm a console man. You know what I mean? And that's what I
Mhm.
like. I like coming home playing my console. Yeah, I got my PC. I play on it once in a while, but I'm really a
Mhm.
console
Mhm.
guy. And at the end of the day, I don't really care about 12 T flops or this and that. I just want to have a nice gaming system. You understand? Play my console games on PlayStation because I'm
Mhm.
gonna get the
Mhm.
play, regardless of what. I'm gonna get the PlayStation 5
Right.
and I'm
Right.
gonna get the Xbox Series X, whatever name they call it. Decide to call it.
Plus, you gotta. There's one important factor here, Ghost, and I'm sorry because I know I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry. There's biggest factor here that we got to remember is this: the PC is an open platform,
Yes,
right?
yes,
When you say open platform, that means there's no control. There's no way for a company like Microsoft, Nintendo, or Sony to be able to control anything or any other third party developer on PC because everybody's PC and what they have is based on their pocket, their knowledge of PC, and their ability to upgrade their PC. So there's no control. It's an open platform. When you buy a console, every Xbox you buy is the same for everybody that has that Xbox. Same exact hardware, right? When you buy that Nintendo, it's the same exact hardware. So what ends up happening is they keep working on the same exact hardware, so they're able to utilize the entire proficiency and the entire ability that hardware has to offer. Because the more they make gains on it, the more they learn how to do tricks, do compressions, and do other types of technological things that are based off gaming, like anti-aliasings and texture filtering and things of that
yeah,
nature. More and more, they figure out ways to do it on a console because they're going deeper into the hardware. They're grinding harder on the hardware. So these developers learn these hardware so well, so proficient, that they make miracles on consoles that you would otherwise not believe. And like,
oh,
nah, there's no way in hell that's running on a console. That's why you saw
yeah.
the 360. The
I got
360 was running mad games. Look at how Halo 4 looked on the 360. And that was 7 years almost 8 into the life cycle. That shit look crazy.
Other Zinc said it good too. He said a PC must cost at least 3,500 to be on the same level as the Xbox One X.
Yeah, it's
Versus
another good. It's another good point.
TV.
Yeah, it's another good point.
Shut
The
the
money.
F up.
Yeah,
Shout
it's
out to
another
you,
good
Other
point.
Zinc, for that. That's another
It's
good
another good point. You know, most people are not going to want to spend most people are not. Other Zinc's point is this: most people are not going to want to go and spend 1,500 or 1,800, 1,800 to build that PC. That at the end of the day is more personal for them. It's not something they could experience with their family in their living room. You know, there are ways of doing it, but it's just more uncomfortable, right? It's not the same as opposed to an Xbox console, for example, where you buy it and you just put it in your living room and you can share it with the entire family, and it's at a fraction of the cost.
Oh, and we got
I mean,
Blu-ray in our shit too.
You know, and we got a 4K player.
Exactly.
We got 4K players. A 4K player to put on PC costs way more expensive than what you would get on a console, right? It's like $300 just to get a good 4K player to put it on your PC. When the X, you can get it right now for $300. You see what I'm saying? So people are not going to want to spend that when they could just spend a fraction of the cost and get at least very close to the performance of a fucking high-end PC. So that's another factor. So Other Zinc is 1,000% right, the same way that Vodka was 1,000% right. A lot of those games, they cheat on them. That's why I said it's an open platform. So once they start cheating, it's because they have no control. There's no real security. They can't watch over what people are doing, and they keep doing different things and mods to cheat. And that's when the fun factor goes away. And that's another factor. That's why what others, Vodka said, is a very valid point.
Let's not even give these PC dudes what they want. But I'm gonna tell you this, but I'm glad you're here. I wanna ask you questions now.
Oh, sure.
Now, I got you right now, brother. Right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that Hellblade? The little taste that they gave us.
The demo?
Yeah,
Oh, it looked absolutely beautiful. It was gorgeous. It looked fantastic. It looked very gothic, very dark, very frantic, right? She looked almost possessed.
Yes.
It looked like it's going on the direction of a bigger scale. Obviously, you're going to have big monsters now. It looks like they're trying to bring it into that realm where it feels more like a Ninja Gaiden or a God of War, where you fight bigger creatures. The stakes are higher. You're going to have way more probably elaborate moves. It looks like she has the ability or gained the ability to obtain an army, because it looks like those guys are with her. Those guys with the swords and shields,
probably, right?
They're like kind of like Rise. It looks like she built an army, and now they're fighting bigger threats in that land or in that world or universe of Hellblade. So I think it's going to be pretty spectacular. I have a feeling it's going to be
wicked, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But for the little bit I played, and you finished it, and I got to get back into it. I'm almost done with it. But the much that I played in that game, Hellblade.
Yeah.
What I seen, the graphics in there, even though a lot of people would say, this and that, because when they went to Xbox, the game they tried to say was trash. You understand? Like,
yeah.
Even though that game won awards and everything.
Right.
At the end of the day. So, at the end of the day, it's this, Hebot. Now we have Hellblade, and with the bigger budget, like you said with Microsoft, looking like she's possessed. Did you see that demon? That big demon that was
the rock creature. The rock creature that was
on the side, and he's fungus. And I'm like, yo, the way she was, it's like she was summoning something.
Yeah, it looks like they were giving you hints of everything they're planning to do. What you saw was a bunch of guys following her in kind of in the military form, like they would do when they would get ready to fight something. They show big creatures. They show the land really dark with weather effects, fire effects, lighting. They showed like it looked like a clan of people, almost like the Ku Klux Klan, but with these people with the tree stalks on their helmets.
Yeah.
I guess those are part of the creatures or the demons that you got to fight, and they're like a cult of some kind. I don't know. It looks very Viking. It has a very Viking feel to it.
It sounded like Vikings. That's what had me hyped.
Like in the Viking era, which is awesome. And the first one is a phenomenal game. it just feels very simple. You understand what I'm saying? It's simplified, but it does have a nice learning curve once you figure out how to do more of the moves with set characters as you go along,
Yeah,
because they don't teach you how to do them, but it does have a nice variety of moves, and it's very good. The gameplay is very responsive, it's very fluid. It works really well. The counter combat is really well done. And the music in the game was beautiful. I hope they bring back the composer because he did a spectacular. One of the biggest highlights in the game is the music. Um, it hypes you up like that last battle. Wait till you get to the last battle when you fight the last boss. Oh my god, it's got the music in the
he's
background,
the devil.
pumping you the fuck up. You just wanna like
You gotta understand this.
you feel hype when you're playing it. It's so good. It's so
She's
good.
like getting tormented, and she's like she look
Yeah,
like
because she suffers of mental issues.
yeah,
Yeah.
mental issue. But look at these developers. They started with a small crew, and look at the game they did with the
Yeah,
girl.
20,
When
20
they
people.
show you how they did it, yeah, with
Yeah,
20
20
people,
people.
with the
And the
lady doing
mocap
it,
and the
yeah.
mocap they did was with a Home Depot cameras.
And look at that with the
Hmm.
budget that Microsoft's going to give them now. Microsoft made a major move right there by acquiring Ninja Theory. Even though Ninja Theory is doing this game Hellblade, doesn't mean that they can't make no other games that
Oh no
look
no no.
just as good
Yeah
as
yeah
Hellblade. You understand me? So this is something that I'm glad that Microsoft got on their side. This is like an ace, I feel, that
yeah yeah.
Microsoft
Well,
has.
I mean, listen, they gotta bring some. This is just showing you a sneak peek, more than likely, of what's gonna happen in E3 next year. Okay, in 6 months, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have footage of whatever Playground Games is doing, whether it's a new Fable or a new RPG. We don't know. Okay, but whatever it is, it's going to be high quality. I'm pretty sure they're going to show us what the new Forza is going to look like. They already said it that it's ready to go, and they're almost finished. I'm pretty sure they're going to show us what Halo Infinite looks like in game and engine running with the release date. I'm pretty sure they're going to show us what the initiative is working on. Even if it's a trailer, I'm guarantee you they're going to
I
show
mean,
us what they're doing. So E3 is going to be a floodgate. I guarantee you. I'm almost 100% sure. Okay, and I
yeah,
could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm almost 100% sure that E3 is going to be a floodgate of nothing but games that are in development and coming to launch or close to the launch afterwards that are going to be seen at the end of next year, starting early 2021. And that's what we wanted because it takes time to build up. They bought these studios next year at this time at E3, close to the fall. It will be almost 3 years that they bought all these studios. So you're going to start
uh,
seeing the fruits of their labor little
definitely,
by little. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's going to be big. I think it's going to be big because
And
if
it
they already showed this already, they must have big bombs
listen,
for E3. They have to.
they have to have big bombs because that's how they're gonna get their. Look, listen, Eba, I'm gonna read these comments. You got
Yes,
Shinu Elite said Ninja Theory
yes,
was
sir.
beloved until
Was never beloved. He's
yeah
probably
was
trying to say.
never yeah Ninja Theory was beloved until Microsoft bought them. Then
Right, right.
suddenly they weren't as good. That is just pitiful. And also
Well,
he put this up. He got
mhm.
two more that I want to read because it was interesting. He said, "I hope Playground are making a brand new IP, but they will do well with Fable, right?" He put
Right,
that up.
right. Yeah, he's right. He's right. I would like to see a new IP, and if it's well received, I would like them to do a Fable because I think they have the capability,
Yeah,
and it would cut the narrative of people saying that they could only do Forza Horizon, even though they just changed the script and how people look at arcade sim style games at the high quality that they make them. I also Shinyu Elite. Shout outs to him because he's from Twitter. Good people's the Xbox 2 Pro gaming. He's always positive. So I like the dude. I know exactly who it is. Shout outs to you, my brother. What I want to add to what Shinyu said is he's right. They were beloved with Hellblade. But the reality of it, none of the Ninja Theory games before were ever liked or received well because they did a phenomenal job with Heavenly Sword on the PS3,
yes,
which
yes.
never sold.
I know what you're
Never
talking.
sold.
That's
Beautiful game.
sad. That's
And
sad.
it never sold.
Why?
Nobody cared,
Eba,
right?
can I ask you one question before you
Yeah,
go?
go ahead. Go ahead.
You see how I think didn't Insomniac Games got bought by Sony? Am I right? Something like that.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so what? And you know how they so-called claiming that all of a sudden they could get Quantum Break. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
But
From Remedy.
why don't Sony give us Heavenly Sword? Let them get their baby.
Yeah. Yeah. We could actually do an even swap. They can give them Sunset Overdrive, and we get Heavenly Sword
Yeah,
because
there we go.
Microsoft owns the publishing rights to Sunset Overdrive. So
There you
until they don't give that up, Sony can never make a Sunset unless it's part two.
I mean, yo,
You know what I'm saying?
Sword, Heavenly Sword it looks mean.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Heavenly Sword was a
I wish they had
beautiful,
it. I wish they
beautiful
had it on
game.
X. They
It
don't
was
got
the
it. We don't got it right on Xbox.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Heavenly Sword was the first real game that used really high quality, meaning movie quality mocap. The guy who played by Andy Serkis, the guy who played Gollum in Lord of the Rings, King Kong, he did all the work for King Kong. He did work for dinosaurs, I believe, in Jurassic Park. He did all the apes in Planet of the Apes, the newer ones. The guy's a genius, okay? He does physical body acting. He did like 3 or 4 characters in Heavenly Sword, okay? And it was his studio and people that worked on the animation for the mocap with Sony, okay? And they did not embrace that game. The game did no numbers. It did like shit. Till this day, they don't have no interest in making a sequel, right? Even though they had concept art and things done for the sequel, like Microsoft has for Cameo 2 from Rare, right? That this guy, what's his name? The one that everybody, the Matrix, he's shutting it down. He said, no, we're not going to make that. Okay. Right after that, remember, Ninja Theory did another phenomenal game, which was multiplayer, which was one of the best games of last generation, which was Enslaved, which incidentally was the first real landscape of Horizon Zero Dawn. It was a post-apocalyptic world after the Third World War. It had a redhead girl that was the main character that was controlling a guy named Monkey from based off the Japanese, I think it was comic book and animation, Journey to the West, and they blended in with the Americanized, Westernized style, and she was controlling him with a headpiece to help her right in that land, and the whole entire land was flocked with cybernetic robotic animals from monkeys to tigers to all kinds of shit. And what you had to do was kill them, and you could even grab their weapons and use them against them. The
What do you
same
mean,
way you
Horizon
do
Zero Dawn?
the way you do in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, yeah.
And
The
as
way
a matter of fact,
the guy said
when
it.
you
Horizon. What you mean? Horizon Zero Dawn, and you said yeah, and you was talking about something else. Bad.
yeah, yeah, Enslaved was the
Yeah.
first real Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, and even when you see the featurette of Horizon Zero Dawn, they said it that when they were working on the idea of Horizon back then, they stopped because it was just copy and paste of Enslaved in many ways, and they cut it out and they stopped it. Okay, the guy of Guerrilla Games, the head of Guerrilla, says it himself in the featurette. Go look for it. It's out there. It's on YouTube. The featurette of the making of Horizon Zero Dawn, and he talks about it right in that featurette. Okay, when people call me a bullshitter that it's not like Horizon Zero Dawn, what it is. Then did that game sell? And it was multi-plat. It was on PS3 and Xbox 360. No, it didn't sell. It was not embraced.
But I
Okay.
know Heavenly Sword though. He bought one thing. It is she. You know what I mean? Basically um, gave birth. She killed the mother. Giving her mother gave birth to her and died, and the father, envies that a little. But
Hmm,
she
hmm.
was one of them like a four
Well,
like
the story was beautiful. I don't
yeah.
want to give it away because I think most people should go and play it, even though it's an older game, because it's worth playing. And it's a short game. It's a game with 5 levels, but each level are big worlds. Have a whole shitload of different kind of gameplay
It
mechanics,
was nice
and the
playing.
story is gorgeous. Yeah, it's a very beautiful game. I want a sequel. It's a beautiful game.
If we
Then
could get that, that'd be cool.
yeah, yeah, it'd be nice, of course, to see a sequel. If they don't want to do it, let Microsoft do it, of course.
That's
Then remember, Ninja Theory did the reimagination of of Devil May Cry, and even though it was more punk rock instead of goth, right? That Devil May Cry's gameplay shitted all over the one of the original. Okay, and it shitted on it so badly that they adapted it and converted over to the new Devil May Cry 5. A lot of the gameplay elements from Devil May Cry 5 are from the DMC that Ninja Theory did. Okay, why do I know? Because I played and owned both of them. I played all the Devil May Cries. Okay, and everybody's like, "Oh, I don't like it because of the way he looks." Okay, fine. The game was still a great game. And then they did Heavenly Sword. I mean Hellblade, and Hellblade got them their fine. I'm happy that Hellblade was successful for them because I've always said they've always done fantastic game, better than any other developer out there that never got picked up, that never got any clout. They're like Remedy. That Remedy's done a lot of good games. Okay, even though there've been a few, but the games they've done have been top tier, and they really never got that respect that they deserved. Okay, from those games. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And
But
and yeah, what's up?
I was gonna tell you too. I'm not. I don't mean to cut you off,
No, no,
but
no.
I was gonna tell you, my brother.
Is this for?
What do you think about the
Go
Series
ahead.
X? How it looks?
Oh, Xbox Series X.
Yeah, I wanna get that from you too.
It looks nice. It's like a small one of those Echo speakers for
Mm,
series and shit like that. That's what it looks like.
yeah,
But the
nice, right?
design,
Like it's
yeah,
design is
yeah, it's
cool.
just different. It looks futuristic. It looks modern. Um, I know it's not the traditional sense of oh you lay it down because you can still put it on the side. Phil Spencer already said that, and Aaron. But I think it's nice to see a different take on a console. I don't think it's bad. That's a bad thing. But then again, I don't give a fuck what a console look like. Look at the Nintendo 64. That
Yes.
shit was ugly as fuck. Did anybody give a fuck about what it looked like?
Oh
No.
Lord, but
Them
PlayStation 4 look like pancakes, man. But hey,
oh, like an eraser, like an
yeah, it
eraser.
was triple decked, and they got jokes, man. They try to say it look like a refrigerator. Look, everything to downplay what Xbox is gonna do. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, right,
but
right.
yeah, he
No,
bought that
yeah, what's up?
the Series X. Xbox Pope he got this gift
Oh, he's done
because he
some
did the Gears of
beautiful
War
stuff
one.
already.
What?
Yes,
I said, oh man, I was hyped
yes.
for
He
that.
did a
That's a
cyberpunk one.
seller.
He
Yeah, I
did a
think so.
Hellblade one. He
Woo.
did a Gears one. He did a Halo one. Dude, that man is so talented.
You know
God
what they
bless
need
him.
to do? They
He
need to
deserves to
pay
work
that
at
man money.
Microsoft.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They need
he
to
is
pay him
so
money
nice,
for
yo.
his
Yeah,
creativity.
he's a beautiful artistic person, man. He
Yes.
really puts a lot of thought and love, and you could tell when you see it. When you yo, he did one for Merc with the X that I was mind blown. I was like, that
Yes,
thing is
man.
gorgeous. The little details that he puts in on it, like in the button where it lights up for Merc when he did it, Mercs, it said, "May never forgot, may he rest in heaven" or something like that. Around it, around the light where it turns on.
Yeah.
Ah man, I was in tears. I was like, yeah, this is when you know somebody does something because they care. They do it from their heart. They
Yes.
love what they do, and you could tell it's evident in his thing. You can tell that in the work that he does. When you see it, you can tell that he loves to do what he does. And
Yeah, he got a passion
I
for it.
really do hope one day he gets a job at Xbox. I really do,
Hey, he
even if it's just
deserves it.
customizing consoles, because he deserves it. He's
Yo,
fucking nice.
the customized
Mhm.
consoles he's doing, people will
Mhm.
buy that.
Yeah,
That's the seller.
he's
Those
like
are
he's like
Christian sellers,
graphic god
baby.
is. He's
Yes.
like graphic god is with the gamer picks. Graphic god is fucking nasty, dude. He does some beautiful work too. Like he's exactly what graphic god is, but doing custom consoles. And I salute him because you can't take it away from the dude. The dude has talent. It's gorgeous. He does some gorgeous work.
Yeah, he
I
does.
like it. I like it. Ghost. If the question you're asking me is if I like it, I like it. I like it because it looks different. How am I going to
Unique,
complain
right?
if I used to say that I love the GameCube? The GameCube is my favorite Nintendo console. Not only in what games it had, but in design. I love that little design that looked like a little box and you could carry it with you, take it with you. It had different colors. My favorite one was the orange one, but I never was able to get it because I think it only released in Japan
Mm.
and it was expensive. But I fucking loved the GameCube. It looked gorgeous. As a matter of fact, somebody put up on Twitter the Xbox Series X with different colors. There was like a yellow one, a purple one, an orange one, and I think was a green one. And they look beautiful. They look nice.
That let me tell you something, but that Shinznu Elite. As long as it plays some good games, I'm happy.
That's
Me
right.
and Hibak could both agree with you on that, my brother.
That's right.
But I want to
100%.
bring up this. One of the greatest things that Sony did this generation, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
was doing these consoles and
The
bundling them.
customs.
The
Yeah, the
customized
customs. Yeah,
consoles
yeah.
got them
Yeah,
to
they stayed
sell
on point with
even
that.
more.
They
You
stayed
know
on
that
point.
Batman sold? Remember the Batman one?
Mm-hmm.
The
Dude, the
Star
Star
Wars
Wars
one?
one. I
The
have like three
Spider-Man
people
one?
that I
Think about
three people that I personally know, Ghost. Three people that I personally know, right? To add to what you're saying, that bought that console. They don't even play video games just because they Star Wars and they love Star Wars merch. They bought it and they literally have it on the shelf as a collector's piece. They don't even play.
it. Let me tell you something, Heba. There was people buying them. Remember when we was like, yo, whoa, they was buying them and reselling them for more
Yeah,
money, the Batman one.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, damn, I was even gonna buy the Batman one. I ain't even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm,
But when
mm-hmm.
you go and it was sold out, then you see it when you go, you see it on eBay or something. It's expensive, brother. They was
Yeah,
and people was buying it.
yeah.
That's the
Even the
crazy thing.
Uncharted one they did was kind of nice. I like that one too. It
Yeah,
was like a soft, like a Punic blue, I would say.
uh-huh.
It was a different color, but it was nice. It was nice.
It came. Yeah, the controller one was nice too with it. That's what I
Hmm.
was gonna tell you. Like Sony played it smooth this generation.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They did
With the
everything
console, custom
right.
consoles, they
Like
killed it.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
killed
they
it.
killed it.
Now,
They also killed it with the marketing of those third-party deals.
yes,
With the third-party
definitely.
deals, they
Remember when
pushed
Phil
them. They
said
pushed them.
no? He started saying no to the third party deals, and Sony was like, okay, rack them up. They
Yeah,
started
they took them.
snatching.
Well, because they had to.
Phil
Remember,
realized that, bro. Phil realized like,
remember that they had
damn,
to because they had no real games coming out in the house from the very beginning. Like you always said, Ghost. The first 3.5 years, they had not hardly anything from in-house from Sony, so they had to rely heavy on those marketing deals that they did with other games, third party, and those exclusive third party deals. But what they did that was smart, like you said now, they pushed the marketing with the custom console and the marketing of those games
games.
very, very well. They did it
Very
to do
well,
a
bro.
job.
They did good, Heba. Think
They
about it.
did.
One
They
of the
did.
ones where they
They did.
called Microsoft lovely was Star Wars, my
Oh,
brother.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
that, bot. That
yeah.
Star Wars alone has the big, you could say
Yes.
one of the biggest fan base, brother.
Hmm. Well,
And
look at what they just did with the fucking Fallen Jedi Order. That controller, I picked it up. It's fucking gorgeous. The
look
custom
at you.
Star
You
Wars
even said
controller
it. Custom Star Wars. You
with,
even
with the
put
freak
Heba.
with the freaking charger, but they didn't make the console. I think that was what you call it. They missed. They bit the bullet on that one
Yes, yes.
because if they would have sold the. I understand they brought Gears custom console only out in September, and I think that's part of the reason why they didn't do it because they had the choice to either do Gears or that because of the budget, right? Because they're restructuring. Remember, they're already working on next gen already
Yeah.
before anybody else, so they probably had a budget, and they was like, well, Gears has to be done because Gears is our big AAA. So they chose Gears. But I think they bit the bullet because if they would have tried to do at least a limited run, meaning maybe 100,000 or 50,000 of Star Wars consoles based on the Jedi Fallen Order that completely complement that controller and that charger, Ghost, it would have sold out hot like hotcakes, guarantee you.
Of course, I agree.
And the
Especially
game is being well
Comic
received
Con
too.
and all
Oh,
that.
forget about it.
Comic Con, bro. Like
Love it.
a couple of times, Heba. I ain't even gonna lie. They showed a couple of exclusive consoles on Comic Con, and I'm like, why they don't
Oh,
got that? I'll buy it.
oh, that's another thing they did.
I'm like,
Xbox did this
what?
generation that got me mad.
I'm
They
like,
did a
what?
lot of custom consoles that look dope, but it was there's only one made. You got to win and enter a raffle, and if you win, you can have it. They did a Cuphead one. They did an
Yeah,
Ori one. That only one. They did a Witcher one. They did a Cyberpunk
that's
one.
what I'm
They did a
saying.
Godzilla one, a Shazam one. I'm like, damn, dude. If you would
Like,
have done these shits in the market, they would
they
have sold.
would have sold. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie
they
to
would
you.
have sold.
See, customized consoles is what people like. Like you want to have somebody
Yeah,
come.
because it
Oh, that
identifies
looks
with
dope.
your taste. Yeah,
Exactly.
it identifies with your taste, and you could have it as a collector's piece. I know people that buy all of them just to have them as collector's pieces, and they don't even use them. Some people do that. They collect consoles the same way you and me like collecting controllers.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
I have me the new Elite.
Yeah.
I have
Hmm.
the white elite, I have the Gears elite, and I got
Hmm.
the black
The
elite. I
first
never
one.
got the Forza. Yeah,
That Forza is 350, bro. I don't blame you. That's expensive.
my brother. If y'all, I'm asking right now. If y'all want to mooch that to me, go ahead, my brother.
Woof.
Or the Gears of War
Jesus.
one, the elite Gears of
My
War.
God, that thing was
I never
gorgeous, but damn, was it fucking expensive. Holy shit.
I only
And you know they did one for Forza 7, right? And for Forza 6. They did two of them. But they're made by a third party with Microsoft's permission. But they're like 350, 400. I
yeah
think
300. I think
the
350 for
one that's
the
based off the Porsche for Forza 7
yeah.
is right now selling for 700.
Is that the blue one?
No, it's a silver black.
The
It's
silver
based off
black.
it's yeah, it's based off the Porsche
Okay,
from
the
the
Porsche.
cover of Forza 7. Oh, it's gorgeous. I'm gonna send you the picture later. You probably haven't seen it, but it's going for like 700 right now. That shit is retarded.
Yeah, because that's unique, man. And this
It's
is why I
gorgeous.
say this is what this is what Microsoft needs to do. And I think right now, Microsoft is actually trying to take a step further and trying to say, okay, we know the mistakes that we made, but the one thing Microsoft got to do is not show their hand too much to let Sony and this media tear them a new asshole.
Right,
You
right, right.
understand?
They
That's
just got to be consistent
the thing.
too. They got to like
Exactly.
whenever the media tries, and that's what they've been doing. Whenever the media
Shut them down.
tries to fold something, like say, well, does it still play backwards compat? They go real quick and they put a statement. It's going to play backwards compat of all four generations.
Okay,
You understand?
that's what I was going to tell you right now. Now,
Hmm.
I seen on Twitter and I seen PlayStation dudes talking about first they didn't care about backwards compatibility.
Hmm.
Then they
Hmm.
talking about yay, we're gonna have backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 5. Now I'm hearing them say they don't care about backwards compatibility because if the PlayStation 5 don't have to play backwards compatibility games. That's
Right.
dumb. That's just stupid. Yo, you got a whole set of games. You wouldn't want to play that on your PlayStation 5, bro?
That's right. That's right.
Every
That's right.
generation does that kind of, if you really notice. Like, they the
Yeah,
only
Sony
generation that
did
do
it. Sony
that.
did it on
Yeah,
PS2. You could play PS1 games on PS2.
that's
And I mean,
stupid.
it wasn't every game, but you were able to play some or a good part. Same thing with PS3. It's just it's expensive and it takes a lot of engineering and resources.
And
And through the years, Sony has lost money day in, day out, day in, day out, year after year after year. So the more they lost money, the less they've been able to do innovations and the less they've been able to do with features
yeah,
like this, like backwards compatible, because it takes a lot of manpower with the engineers and money. But what you saw that they did was this generation is they invested heavy on Gaikai for the PSN Now streaming service and
mm,
for the fucking PSVR, which they're still trying to make back the money they spent because the VR did not sell well. The PlayStation Now service is not doing well. And they started that back in the PS3. Okay. And they still only has 700 and like 70 or 80,000 subscribers only to this day. And then what they did during Black Friday, they put that shit for $10. They added God of War. They added Uncharted 4. They added their big hitters, right?
yeah.
And in less than a month or in like a month and a half time, over 1,200,000 people subscribed,
So that
which
lets you know,
tells what
yeah,
does that tell you?
that it's
That
success.
their fan base wants service where they can have accessibility to their big titles. Why? Because that gives them flexibility.
Yes,
If you don't have money to buy the games right away, you can still play them. And you can still have the option to buy in and own them later on. You
that's
understand?
that's good, man.
And that's what they don't understand. But now they're starting to see that. So what they did this month, they added Lost Legacy, they added uh Until Dawn. I mean not Until Dawn,
Horizon Zero,
Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, I guarantee you that this month
and
you'll see another spike of people
it's on
subscribing.
PlayStation now. Am I right?
Yeah, PSN now. Yeah, you're gonna see it.
And it streams on PC. Am I right?
Yeah, streams on
So
PC. Yeah.
basically, they lost Horizon Zero Dawn. What do exclusive do PlayStation have, my brother?
I don't
I
know.
don't want to
The
hear that.
Japanese ones
Yo,
that they're
it's
just
only
stuck
there
there.
for it's only there for like 3 months, and it's coming back still. you can play it on
And
PC.
that's a mistake. That's a
Like
mistake
that's
because
crazy.
that and they're not there day and day either, which is a mistake because I guarantee you, if they did do that, they would see higher numbers in not only engagement but in sales. Because look at Gears 5. They already said so better than Gears 4, and Gears 5 was day and date with on Game Pass, and everybody was swearing up and down, "Oh, it's not gonna sell. Oh, it's not gonna sell," and it sold. It had 3.3 million people engaged in 2 days over the weekend. Okay, and
Yeah.
that was 4 or 5 days before the official launch. Because remember, whoever bought in early, like me and you, we had a 5 day early access. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So that was even before the initial launch of the game.
You know what? You know what's crazy though? Aaron Greenberg and them stated like, and Rob Ferguson and them that Gears was a successful like launch, and they did really good. You understand? So it's not a failure.
No, no, no.
So it outpaced Halo at one time, a certain Halo that was really big, and it outpaced Gear 4. So
Well,
it
remember, I'm sorry. Go
no.
ahead.
What I'm trying to say in short words is this Gears was a nice success. You understand me? And
Hmm.
everything on Game Pass was meant for Game Pass. If you notice, they doing
Hmm.
a lot and they making money off of it, and it's great. Not everybody has money for these games, like you just said, Ebot. So
Hmm.
Game Pass, they try to say it was a dud, and it wasn't a dud. At the
Hmm.
end of the day, I had this Joker. I kind of did a show a couple of days, 2 days ago, and it kind of messed up. So I didn't save or something like that. It got messed up. I lost it, but it was
Okay.
a Joker in there trying to talk trash about.
Oh, is that the video you did about Phil did a mic drop and I was
Yeah,
trying to go
yeah,
into it and
yeah,
it said it
but
was
it messed
removed?
up. Yeah, it messed up crazy.
Gotcha.
It didn't even
Gotcha.
come. I had to end, and when I went and my shit, excuse my French, it didn't even show up on the thing. It messed up
Right,
completely.
right.
So I was sick.
Gotcha.
That's why I said I'm gonna do it today, and that's why when you popped on, I said, "Bing bang, got everything good." But everything came out good. But what I'm trying to say is this, Heba. Dag, change it. Man, I just lost my chain of thought
No,
right
no,
there.
no. Go ahead, go ahead. Take
It
your
was,
time.
it was what I was just talking about, Heba, right now.
That you did a show the other day
Yeah,
and there was this Joker.
yeah. This Joker, he was talking about the games of how many it's another thing he brought up, but I'm just gonna jump into this one. He was like, how many Gears of War games you gonna have? 9 or 10, and Halos. And I'm like, yo, bro, God of War is like on his 17th to 18th game. Like
Hmm.
he was a PlayStation dude. And when I try to break down to him too, is like I was just saying something I had forgotten it. But it
And
was,
yeah, and remember, God of War has been around since
yes,
the PS2.
for a very
Years
long
just came out in the 360 era. You see what I'm saying?
amen to that, my brother. That's
You
why I
know?
try to explain to him. But you gotta
Mhm.
understand these PlayStation dudes, they jump out the window quick to fast to say, you only got Halos and this and that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you only
And
got
like Killzone doesn't have like 7 or 8 games. Like Ratchet and Clank has 14 or 13 games. Okay, and three of those are the same game remastered twice.
hmm,
Okay, Infamous. How many games do they have in the Infamous series? Like 6. Okay,
but
because you
they
also got to count the PSP ones that were very similar as well. And
exact.
what about fucking Resistance? They had like 3 or and 2 on the PSP. Come on, man. Just you gotta stop. You gotta
That's what
stop.
I'm saying. You got
Gotta
to say to
stop.
Telly, come on, you're breaking my balls. You know what I mean?
So
But
ignorant. Yeah, you gotta stop. Stop it. Stop it.
okay, here we go. We got a good one right here. Elite Shinnu Elite said, even
Shin
though
Elite. I know you
Shinnu
don't.
Elite, even
Hmm.
though said Gears 5 was a success and did better than 4, you still hear idiots try to say it's a failure.
Oh
Like
yeah, absolutely. Hmm.
it's not a failure because at the end of the day, he bought everybody, and you know what he bought, and I'm gonna be a man, and I'm gonna give you more props than a lot of people do. You was out there and you played 100 talking about he drinks in real life and he gets drunk out there on the boat.
Hmm.
Everybody clowned you and laughed at y'all, but in all
Hmm.
reality, State of Decay in them and Sea of Thieves in them are perfect for Game Pass.
Yep.
And the success that they have in it, people laugh. Oh, it didn't do this. But right now, they giving you more content on there. You understand? If it wasn't a success, they wouldn't be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That means they have people playing these games. Now, on the PlayStation side, when you
Yeah.
they do have like mature story mode games. That's the
Mm-hmm.
God of War. That's, let's just say, Horizon Zero Dawn. Let's just
I
say,
mean, we had four, no, seven new intellectual properties this generation.
yeah, yeah,
Host.
I know. But this is the thing with people like the narrative, the PlayStation narrative. But when
Mm-hmm.
you do our lineup with their lineup, and when you look at a Sea of Thieves game and see the longevity in it, when you look at
Mm-hmm.
State of Decay, where you die and you
Eight
don't
million
come back,
players.
8 million players on that. And when you look at this
State of
zombie
Decay,
game,
I think, got 10 million or some shit like that.
yeah,
It's some crazy numbers. I know they're
when you
crazy,
look
both
at
of
these
them.
games and you line up our games to their games, they only really have a couple of story mode games, which they got lucky with a Spider-Man game. They
Mm-hmm.
haven't got their, they haven't got Ghost of Tsushima yet, and they haven't got their big game, Uncharted. Not Uncharted. The Last of Us 2. So they had a remaster game. So basically, they ain't got shit. That's out the list. But what I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to say is, in short words, what did they really have? Because if you do the indie games, compare to our Ori game, to compare our Cuphead game, to compare to Super Lucky Tales. So when you look at the games Microsoft had given us to our card games and all that, we kind of stomped a mud hole in their ass. They just beat us on a certain um the action
Well,
adventure side
well,
of
if you look at it, the only games that really did well for
oh
them
the
this year,
Japanese games, but
the
that's a
only game,
multi-plats now because they come in the Xbox or they on Xbox. So that
right? Well,
doesn't
the only
count.
games that really did well for them this generation is basically Uncharted, right? Horizon Zero Dawn, right? And they even Matt Piscopella from the MPD showed the numbers. He showed what they were. God of War, and God of War only sold like 5.6 million. It was in the charts. It showed it. And a Spider-Man, and Spider-Man, we all know, like 7 million of those shits was because they gave it free in the bundles, right? And then the other, the real initial sales for Spider-Man was like 4 million, maybe 4.5 that is sold on his own merit, meaning at $60 right from the hip. Everything else was because it was given out free, right, in bundles that same Christmas. It came out September, was given out in Black Friday in the bundles in November, 2 months later. Then they reduced it when they did that April sale, and now shit was $40. Then when E3 came around, it was $20. Okay, then they did the E3 sale. You know what I mean? And then Black Friday again, it was $20 again. So it sold at diminished returns because the game, already had plateaued in sales. So those are the only real four games that did very well for them. Death Stranding didn't do well. Medieval didn't do well. The remaster. Concrete Genie didn't do well. Killzone didn't do well. Drive Club didn't do well. Bloodborne did well, but it's not just. It wasn't like numbers like astronomical. It was like 2 million. But that's a game that was made by From Software. They bought a third party exclusivity. You know what I mean? It wasn't something that they made with an in house developer. And it also sold over 2 mil because it includes worldwide numbers like from Japan and shit like that. Um, and what was it? Killzone didn't do well. Knack didn't do well. Knack 2 didn't do well. Until Dawn didn't do well. The Or 1886 didn't do well. A bunch of their games didn't do well this generation. Okay, a bunch of them. So out of the whole 7 years, they have all these exclusive quote unquote, and only four did well, or five maybe. You see what I'm saying? Because even GT Sport didn't do well the way that we used to do back in the day. Like and the numbers were really, really different and really, really small in comparison to what that franchise used to sell. So, you know, listen, the money's not going in our pocket, but sales really don't mean anything if the games are no longer being played and there's no more activity going on. Because most of the time, when you go to GameStop and places like that, right? When you go to those places, you see a shitload
Yes,
of their games returned.
I'm in there. So
Buttload, a
see,
buttload. Like
yeah,
Uncharted, you can get that shit for like $3.
yeah, I seen a lot of
Literally,
it's cheap.
literally, because
I
they
didn't
have.
know Black Fridays either. I seen sales up in
Mhm.
there for a lot of places.
Yeah, like Horizon Zero Dawn, you can get for 7. Why? Because those games they have so many returns on those games that they're overstocked in places like GameStop. So for order to get rid of that stock, they sell it for 7, 8, 9, $10, so that people will buy them. You understand? So that and they could get rid of the inventory, and that's why they're that price. Whether people want to believe it or not, deny it, that's on you. That's just the way it works. That's just the way business is. So
Yeah.
whether it sells 5 million, what does it matter if 3 million people brought it back? What does it matter? It doesn't matter because they made the money, but people played it. It's one and done. It's done and all. Look, Redbox. Me and Bone talked about this on the show as well. They're gonna stop and discontinue renting out games, and so is GameFly,
You
because
know people
most
stealing them games. You know that, right?
yeah, because most people are stealing them
When
and
I
they
was in
don't bring them
Florida, I
back.
read box.
Mhm. So now they don't even have that option. So what option they're gonna have?
Man,
They only have to buy the game. So if they don't start doing something like Game Pass, I feel sorry for the PlayStation fans because they're not going to be able to have no option but just go on day one and buy it. And if they can't afford it, oh well, you got to wait. Tough cookies. Because you can't Redbox it no more.
what?
You can't GameFly it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
don't know what. That's why I say I'm good because I could play Gears of War 5 day one, whether I have the money to buy it or not. And then once I get the money, I could still buy it at a discount price. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. I also, Heba, I want to read this. Dakota Vodka. Why do the frauds say God of War dope, but Gears isn't? I'm gonna tell you why. Because they just hating that they don't have Gears of War on PlayStation. Because if Gears of War was on PlayStation, they'll be going crazy right now. And if they had Gears of War on their console and we didn't have Gears, they'll be throwing it in our face. For one, Gears of War is beast mode, my brother. When I tell you beast mode is bloody, it's gory, it's just like hardcore. It's rugged, like raw. You blowing somebody's brains up. His headpiece, his arm, his legs. You blowing them to pieces on multiplayer. Like Gears is something unique, and I'm glad Xbox got it. And it's one of the best games that you can play. One of the best
Yeah,
shooters
it
ever.
didn't take an existing mythology and bastardize it, made it its own, like God of
Yeah,
War did.
yeah, they
That's
did
the biggest difference. It's its own thing. It's its own identity. Go
exactly.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Also, other Zinc put at Ghost Rider 730 correct. You can tell the actual success of a product by the continued support of said product. Yes, my brother. Shout outs also to
Yeah.
what's good, my brother is Sega Man 101. What's up, my brother? Sega Man.
Sega man, my brother, love that dude.
If he
He's the
wants to get
best.
down with us, he bought what's
Yeah,
today? Thursday
I
on
told
next
him he's part
Thursday.
of the circle. Been
Yeah, if he
told him.
wants, we gotta link up. Me, you, Sega Man, Hunted, and your boy E Rock, man. E Rock, if you shining in, brother, and you listening in, shout out to my boy E Rock.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? Let him know that if he want to rock out, so we could kick some of that
Man,
knowledge.
I've been trying to kick up with Sega forever too, but he's been so busy.
Yeah, a lot
And
of us is busy.
so
The
it's like,
holidays is
damn.
here. You know how it is. A lot of work for a lot of us that do work. You feel me, E Rock? I know you
Yeah,
on your grind all the time, my brother. And it is
yeah.
what it
I
is, man. And
try.
for
I
your
try.
gamers out there, thank you for watching us. And we still got a little more time because I'm gonna kick with my boy Ebot because I'm having a good time talking with Ebot because we actually enjoying it, talking gaming. He games his butt off. I game when I do on my time. When I do game, I've been playing a hell of a lot of Call of Duty. I hate the game, but I love it at the same time because everybody camps, my brother. Everybody.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, Hebot, it'll make you pull your hair out. I had a hair, I was growing my hair, and I got a Caesar now, my brother. I got so mad, boy. I said, I can't take this shit no more. You know what I mean? The other day, I said, what? I said something like that. My wife was like, okay.
Yeah.
My wife had me done. We was playing against evil. But yeah, man, like, I got a team on Call of Duty. And this is call outs for anybody, you know what I mean? They got their team. I just want to get it in and we can have fun. We can shoot it out. I don't have a problem with that. Like it is what it is. Win or lose, I just want to have fun.
Like, I just
It's a
want to
game.
get
I
it.
just want to get it in. We can shake, we can shoot it out, whatever you want to do. Me and my crew. But anyway, I'm just putting it out there. So if anybody listening in, y'all want to shoot it out, just hit me up. Hit me up and I try to get my little team because a lot of them work and a lot of them got their little set times. So we got to set up a nice date where, you know, when we could all, where I could get my little crew together and they could get whoever I battle, get their little crew and we shoot it out. We a hardcore crew, but we do play core too. So
Right, right.
any
I mean,
PlayStation
I
motherfuckers
haven't
want it,
been able to play.
I can load. I'm coming with my Xbox, my
I
Xbox.
haven't been able to play like in a month and a half, Ghost. I've been so fucking busy, sick. My wife now, she's
Yeah,
been
I know
going
you've
through
been
it,
going
so
through a lot.
I'm trying to help her out the best I can. And I don't succeed because my wife deserves the world, and I don't always have the answers. So it is what it is. But I've been so stressed, man. I'm just stressing right now.
Yeah, I know how it is, man. Just hang in there, because I know me and you talk behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not none of
yeah.
this fake shit. Me and you really talk. So you know, Hunter and us, we really talk. A lot of us do talk to each other. That's really
No,
close.
like I said, we treat each
You
other
gotta,
like
yeah.
friends and family. We're not fake, even though people may think that. But no, man,
That's what
that's
makes
why
me laugh.
we've done stuff in real life, side by side, and you've seen us because we rock out. The only reason you don't see us with Hundred is because Hundred lives in California, and
Yeah.
we live here in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? And in New York, that's the difference.
Happy holidays, T Reaper.
That's right, T.
He
Hey,
said
happy
that to
holiday to
us. Yep.
all the fellas on the comment. Yeah, for real, for real.
Thank you for stopping by, guys, and rocking out, man. Happy holidays for y'all, man. I know me, Hebot, we're gonna enjoy it, like with our families, and I hope y'all do. Enjoy your families, man, because tomorrow ain't promised, guys. And remember this, man. Xbox is the best box. Phil Spencer came in there and dropped the motherfuckers. Yo, Jeff Keighley, aka Knee
Yeah,
Pad Keighley, because he
you got
was
a lot.
down on his knees talking about Koji, my son. No, bro. You gave him awards. We already know you was gonna give him the awards. We just was gonna pull your card as soon as you gave him Game of the Year. And for your PlayStation dudes out there, I'm gonna be honest. God of War is yo. God of War is fire. But you know that troll guy that was trying to troll me when I did my a couple of days ago where it got messed up the podcast. But all I know is this: God of War was a dope game, hands down. I will never say nothing wrong about God of War. That game is fire. The graphics is fire, but it can't hold nothing up to Red Dead Redemption, son. Red Dead Redemption was really the game of the year. That's my honest opinion. Well, the story in Get Red Dead Redemption was sick. Sick. It hits you to the chest, boy. It hits you right
Right.
there when you get into your characters. Because I'm a type when I really get into a game, I like getting into that character mode. And when I played that, and I got into that, knowing Dutch and them, how we robbing and you seeing people die and all that, and how the story unfolds, bro, was mean. That's why I said that should have been the game of the year, bro. Game of the year was Red Dead Redemption, bro. But he's a PlayStation dude. He gave that to God of War. I give it that, but God of War is a
Yeah, you know
great
how I feel with God of War,
game.
but I have a different relationship with God of War. You know my
Yeah,
stance. I've told you. But for you, it's different because that's kind of really your first real experience with this franchise. You understand what I'm saying? Um, than the originals. Me, I've been there since the first one. So for me, it's a good game. I don't think. I'm not saying it's not. I just,
God of
for me,
God of
it's
War. I
nowhere
played
near.
the, the best one to me was the
You
one where he
know,
was breaking
for
that.
me, it's one of the best PlayStation games. Yeah,
He
period,
was
period.
killing him, nigga. He was rocking his father.
But
Son. Great war.
as far as the essence of what it was and where it came from, for me, I just
Yeah,
feel
it was a different
it's
style.
just
My
different. It's
feelings,
just
yeah,
different. Yeah, yeah. So,
it was
but
way better.
but I know you like the game, and hey, listen, I'm happy you like this shit. At
Yo, I'm
least
gonna tell you
someone
like this,
did.
Eva.
You know what
Shout
I mean?
out to your wife and marriage. Stay strong, my brother. Other Zinc just
Yeah.
told me that.
Thank you. I appreciate you, puppy. Yeah, my wife right now, she's going through some serious ailments that are life threatening, basically. Long term, not immediate. It's not fatal, but could be. So I have
Yeah,
to do my best as her companion, as her husband, to try to, give her the best support as I can. I'm not perfect, far from it, but we've been together 27 years, so I have to do what I got to do because that's my responsibility to her. You know what I mean? And I don't regret it, and I don't mind it because that's my love for her. So, other
of
think I
course.
appreciate your sentiment, your sympathies, and I appreciate your nice words. That's very thoughtful, and I appreciate it. It means a lot to me, man. Thank you.
Yes, definitely, man. And he bought, man. The guy Shinyu Elite said, I really think Pat Keeley didn't know about the Series X and Hellblade 2. I'm telling you, it was shocked, bro. Yo, no, I get hyped.
No, he knew. He knew.
Yo,
He
bot,
knew.
crazy.
I
That
think
nigga stand there, man, smooth, bro, with his tight shirt, looking like Bill from that vampire show. Suke. You know the show. I
right.
forgot the name of that. But he was standing there. He smirked. And he said, "Yeah." When he showed the Series X and Hellblade came out, that crowd was sick.
Everybody was
Them
quiet. You saw that
police,
shit? They
them
barely
police was
clapped.
like, nah,
They
son,
were
Phil,
mad.
man,
Yo,
Phil,
look, yo, they weren't even clapping. They were like, "What the fuck?"
Phil Spencer running there. Didn't show no spec power, nothing. Just said Series X, nigga. Hold
Yeah,
his
yeah,
L,
yeah.
son. He just hit them in the mouth, son. Whole lot. Yo, everybody was sick in there. Yo, bot. Nobody was talking about Shimu, the Ghost of Tsushima. Nobody was really talking about that. All they had in their mind was Xbox Series X and Hellblade.
The crazy part is that I think he just wanted to give a big Xbox surprise because they kind of shun Xbox games. They didn't get really nominated, and he probably knew that. And since it's their stage, they knew they could also introduce something. And Jeff Keighley, real quick, he's like, "Oh shit, I can get a news like this is gonna bring me props. It's gonna bring views."
Exactly, nigga.
So he didn't say no because he's just worried about getting that clout, not realizing that basically that announcement basically killed everything off that went on the show. Because all that they kept talking about was the only thing that was trending was the Xbox and fucking Hellblade or whatever. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So it was 47.8 million people that tuned in and viewed it. From last year, that was 27. It went up almost 40%. That's how many people. So that means all those people saw Series X. And that's good marketing, good publicity. So it definitely worked out in Microsoft's favor, in my opinion. I really think so. Big time. Big time.
Let me tell you like this, bot. Not only that, you had to see Aaron Greenberg came in there, pulled the shirt, opened his shirt. It had Gears of War on it, baby. They came in there ready to shoot. They came in there with the burners, nigga. They made it hot, son. Greenberg came
Stop.
in there with the Gears shirt. They went in there like, all right, motherfucker, I got something for Xbox in the building, baby. They got them good. I'm probably gonna get I'm probably gonna get a
you
they
just
say
cut
override.
off for about it. You heard Ghost?
That's how Phil did it. I've been popping my collar.
Oh, you stupid. No, no, no.
Phil wrote
You know
that
that
there like ever since I've been
you
popping
were
my
bodying a little bit,
collar.
Ghost, before. You heard?
Yeah, I was trying to
You were
play that
bodying.
song by 3 6 Mafia. I was
Oh,
trying
you
to play the
stupid.
song by them. The song goes like that. Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar. Phil walked in there, baby, on Aaron Greenberg. Man, the whole Xbox team shut them ponies down. That's why I
Yo,
was laughing, bro,
it
because
was
everybody
all
on Twitter
mad,
was
dude.
sick.
Everybody looked
Everything
mad
was
and salty. That shit was
yeah,
crazy.
bro. That's all they was talking about was the X. Like
Yeah,
people couldn't
funny.
believe it. Digital Foundry, everybody.
Nobody
Nobody's talking
expected
about
that
Ghost
shit.
of Tsushima. That's a good looking game. Nobody's
Yeah,
talking about
they're
that.
not even talking about it. Yeah.
Everything's the X. Microsoft is smart. That's a good strategy on getting people to come back to the Xbox. If you notice,
Yeah.
that's a good strategy move to
So
get
it was a
get
good
buying into it
stage to
again.
show it on because the
Exactly,
gaming
bro.
awards, even though they're not
Everybody's on.
structured fairly, even though they're not structured fairly, they're designed for casuals, so more people go in there and watch. So the more people that watch them, that's he knew that, and he knew that, you
That's
know.
what I said. Phil was popping his collar up there, the silent assassin. He gave him that little smirk like he does smiling. There was nothing but horses there. You had the black stallions. You had the, you know what I mean? You had the the black beauties over there. Well, they was eating sugar cubes, apples. They was eating this. They hay. When they looked, man, Phil Spencer was like, "We're gonna utilize these motherfuckers." Bop bop. Jeff Keighley was like this. They was nervous. Yoshida son, what happened? PlayStation 5 news? No. This is Xbox year. For y'all ponies out there, before I end my show with my man Heatbot, I'm gonna tell y'all ponies like this. At the end of the motherfucking day, y'all
Yeah,
ponies need to understand this. That this year was Xbox year. You had two duds. You came out with a game that was a zombie game that was hotline, it was trash. It wasn't even like the game that they showed at the E3 at the time. The zombie hordes wasn't even like that. Now, when you get hordes, you can look at World War Z, which they was trying to do in that game. Also, the game of State of Decay, you get a lot of hordes attacking you, my brother. And if you die, you out. Not like that game. If you die, you still play again with the same character. That's another thing,
Uh,
right, Heba? And also, I'm gonna tell you like this: at the end of the day, your ponies need to realize this.
mhm.
All these games that we've been getting, y'all can hate all you want. Cause this year was Xbox year. You never showed up to E3. You didn't show up nowhere else. You got
Gamescom,
smoked at Gamescom.
Paris
You
Games
just,
Week,
Paris Game Week.
No PlayStation Experience.
Exactly. So y'all had another
We
game
had
that came out.
Expo.
They came out with a game. There was the FedEx man, aka walk with some shit in the back pocket. He was running around with a couple of dildo sticks to bring over here. Brought Jeff Keighley a doll. You know what I mean, my brother? A game where 95% or 90% of the time you're walking down a highway or climbing mountains with a ladder. You feel me? And that's what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say. While we got gears and we got a couple of nice things that we got this generation, your bums had some whack games. And at the end of the day, my boy showed up with Aaron Greenberg and them and your game award show and utilized and executed your pony smoothly and knocked Phil Spencer knocked knee pad Keeley off his hooves. He hit him with that hook. And all I gotta say is thank you guys for dropping by and hearing us out, Mr. Kima. Thank you for showing up. Cyberwolf, my bro. You know you got to holler at me. We can hop into some Call of Duty right now, my nigga, because I'm about to get off. Shoot it out a little before I go to bed. You already know the deal. But anyway, before I end the show, Hebot, let them know where they could catch you at.
Well, right now I'm just basically trying to restructure my channel because I've been away for a little while. I started doing the Expodians Let's Talk Park Chat all over again. I did Sega Man, as a matter of fact, about 2 weeks ago. Sega Man 101. I'm planning to do a couple more people. Maybe not YouTubers per se, but that are in the gaming community that are really playing games instead of trying to get clout on who and where and who they talk to or who they have in their channel or their shows. That are actual people that care about gaming, but that give everybody else that is on YouTube, like me and you, support. A colleague that I was with in the Microbox of X podcast. I'm doing him soon too. So and then I'm doing my figure collectible stuff. I'm going to continue with that because it's bringing me a lot of subscribers as well as doing positive things for the channel. So I want to incorporate it, with my gaming. And because I am a pop culture channel, I've always said that. I've always been that way. Um, and then on Twitter, I've been on there, but I don't be as much because every time I go in there, I go in there, destroy somebody real quick, and I see how easy it is. I see that there's still the same nonsense, and people, want to think what they want to think, and I just don't want to waste my time arguing with stupidity. I just, I'll drop my knowledge real quick. I'll drop my info with like with the Shemu thing that we were discussing a couple of days ago.
Yo, bot, if you can hear me, you just went mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay, like the other day that we had a Shemu discussion saying that Shemu didn't do well in sales because it's old and dated, and not because it would have been on Xbox. And I put the actual information and proof where Phil stated that it was the most requested game on Xbox by Xbox gamers, and that he been wanted the game to be on Xbox since before the announcement. And motherfucker was like, "Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about." And I put it up there, and all you heard was crickets after I did that. So they just make it too easy because they don't look for the real information. They just talk without really doing their homework, and that's why it makes it so easy. Because I talk when I know something because I go do the research and
Exactly.
investigate it. I'll read on it. I'll see what they're talking about. I'll look at both sides so that when I talk, I don't sound like an idiot. You know what I mean? Despite what people may think. So yeah, I'm on Twitter. You can find me on Mixer, please. If you guys see the gamer pick that I have on right here, that's my Mixer pick. That's my Mixer info. Go follow me on Mixer. I really appreciate it if you can. I've been doing some streamings soon as well. I'm gonna do RetroBot soon more than likely with my boy Master Chifa or our boy, playing some retro co-op stuff and talk about it. I want to do something like that because I like the retro stuff. I'm gonna be doing the rest of retro game night with Hebot again soon as well. I got a lot of things in the works. And some other things in the pipeline. I was supposed to do a couple interviews that still haven't panned out, but I'm still working on it to see if I can get them done. Just trying to do the grind and dealing with my daily living. So if you guys want to see it, you know that you're more than welcome. I'm there. I'm not. It's up to you if you want to take the time to give me the love and support. It's up to you. That's it.
Once again, I want to say this is your boy Ghost Rider 730. Before I go, I want to say God bless everybody that came in and everybody that watches this video.
Yes, sir.
God bless all of y'all. Hope
Yes,
all of
sir.
y'all are safe. I want to say shout outs to Cyberwolf, Mr. Kima, T Reaper. Shout outs to you, my brother.
Yeah, Ice Queen. All the
Ice
people.
Queen,
Vodka.
Dakota, Vodka,
Dakota.
Shinua Lee, and my man Cyberwolf. That's my bro. Him and his brother be hopping in, shooting it out,
100
having
for
fun.
stopping by and
Of
leaving when
course.
I feel like I.
My ex body and bros, 100, the whole intro media gaming. You know what I mean? Everybody, my DirectX crew, that's all of us. Hebot, God bless you, my brother. Bless you and your family. And all I gotta say is this, man. You can catch me on Xbox as Ghost Rider 730. You can also catch me on Mixer, also as Ghost Rider 730. If you can, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. Share this podcast out.
Yeah,
Subscribe
for
also
sure.
to Hebot, the most powerful gamer. Subscribe even more to Hunted and everybody else that's in our circle because we do speak the truth. We do have our opinions. We're not like everybody else. We unique
Yeah.
and sometimes we might not agree with each other, but we don't get at each other and try to kill each other. We
Hmm.
also listen to what y'all have to tell us and y'all give
Hmm.
us your input and your opinions do count. The only thing is we don't like these fanboys that come out of nowhere and try to harass you for what you like. Like
Hmm.
we all have PlayStations. Don't let us fool you. We are gamers. We do have these consoles. You understand? So when my boy Hebot is dropping knowledge, he's speaking from the heart. He's speaking the truth. He's a true gamer. I'm a true gamer. I'm just saying, God bless you guys. Thank you for
Yes,
dropping by.
sir. Much appreciated. Yeah.
Much
Thank
appreciated.
you for having me on too, Ghost. I really,
Like I said, you my bro. Anytime, man. You already know.
Yes, sir.
Boardings for life, baby. Boardings for life. You already know. Peace.
Peace.